So we got that JM-X2 here from XFORCETAC USA. This is the motorized magazine version. If you're going to go with the JM-X2, I suggest you find the motorized magazine version, and one place you can get it is XFORCETAC USA. All of those you see on Amazon, I've not seen a single one yet that has a motorized mag. Those are all mechanical mags, and the ones I've tested have been either incredibly weak, like under 100 FPS, and they struggle to feed, or they don't feed at all. So be cautious of those. I was talking to someone who got one, and he was asking about putting a threaded tip on it and disabling the blowback. So I thought I'd do a quick video to show you one way to do that. You possibly could leave the blowback on there with this, adding a threaded tip, but it probably wouldn't work out exactly like it should unless you cut the spring. So the blowback spring. So typically there's a big spring right here, and I already misplaced it. So this you can pop off the slide, and you can take that spring off. So it's a big spring that goes around here, right? Now, if I would have kept it and cut it in half, I could probably still have the spring here, and we could still have some blowback. But I didn't, and that's okay. Blowback is really cool, but it's also hard on the blaster, and they are going to wear out faster, and they're just more likely to break, okay? So I took that spring off, and then the other thing you need to do is there's two tabs here that stick out slightly. So just cut those with like a little snipper so that they're flush. So those aren't going to catch the slide anymore. But even by taking the spring off and cutting those, this is still going to move around a little bit. So what I suggest is if you put two little tiny holes, so you can see a tiny hole right here, and those holes go right here and right here. And if we use a very short screw, it'll be enough to secure it, and the screws won't be going into the barrel at all. They won't be going into the cylinder. They're not going to cause any problems if you do them right there. So put a threaded tip on. This was just a threaded tip I had printed from something else, and I just always have extra ones around. I was able to make it fit by drilling it out a little more with a step bit and then heating it up and basically just pushing it on there. And I like this one because it's a thicker 14 millimeter counterclockwise, so the thread portion is thicker. It's less likely to break. So this would just slide back on here, and we click this down in place. And you can see it's still going to slide until I screw those in. And the other thing I did is I took that step drill bit, and then I had to widen this out, that front hole out, right? Because I needed to get this on that inner barrel nice and tight. So now we got an option where we can have a threaded tip on here, so you can put yourself a tracer on here. You can put different fake suppressors, whatever you want with a 14 millimeter counterclockwise threads. I already had the rails up here, and then I put this little tiny riser on the back rail that is factory. So there's a back rail here automatically, but so you could go ahead with one of those small pistol sights up here, or you could use something else here. And like I said, I could have even printed this differently and put rails on the side. I didn't really think it was necessary. So there it is, JM-X2. That's how you disable blowback. It's a pretty easy mod if you want to do it. Of course, if you want to leave it, I get that too. But the main reason to do it here was to add the threaded tip and to just kind of, give the blaster a little longer life by taking away that blowback. All right, so check them out, XFORCETAC USA. Look for the JM-X2. That one is the motorized mag version. Comments or questions, post them below. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, any suggestions on other blasters, happy to try to do them. So please make sure you're liking videos, make sure you're subscribed, and participate in all the monthly giveaways. Thanks for your support.